tell them to just keep the heads up and what do you come up with to keep the heads up and keep this thing together?
I think we just got to keep working. And Tim, the biggest thing is we had a young team, so our guys understand the big picture and us developing and keep getting better. All these guys will be together again next year, so that's the motivation. And it's still, we're not even halfway through the year yet. So the game tomorrow will put us Thursday will put us halfway through the season and ACC season, and still a lot of basketball left. As long as you got games on your schedule, still got opportunities. And we're gonna play it out. We're gonna continue to play as hard as we can play.
I think the season you guys made, you guys had a good time. Did you start 2-6 in conference play?
That's correct. We were 2-6, and then we finished 6-2, and we beat NC State in the ACC tournament. So, we played all the top teams in the league, but we still got games against top teams in the league too. We still have Duke here. We still got to go to Florida State and Boston College. I mean, all those teams got high RPI. So there's great opportunities for this team to get on a run. If I was sitting here and talking to you guys about a team that's getting blown out every game, it would be a little different story. But you're talking about a team that's 11 points because they're fouled at the end. But in the last 4 games, 10 points separates us. And we easily could be 5-2, or 5-2 as opposed to 1-6 right now in league play.
Frank, having said that, confidence shouldn't be wavering at all, right? With a team like this, is that why you
I
think
feel
you
like
guys
that.
can
I think
make
our
that?
guys, and obviously there's a play here and a play there. I want our guys focusing on, and we're going to talk to them about this today, is late in the clock defensively. We got to get that stop. We got to get that big. And it's on the defensive end. We got to get a lot better in terms of making the big plays. Because I think you go back and look at Virginia Tech game the other day. We cut it to 2. And we got all the momentum, and Delaney hits a 3 and puts them back up 5. Carolina game here, we cut it to 1, or we may have taken the lead, and Harrison Barnes hit not the jumper he hit at the end, but the one he hit before that at the end of the shot clock. So NC State, you go back to that game, we take the lead with 49 seconds left to go in the game, and then Tracy Smith gets an offensive rebound and he sticks it back in. Those are plays we got to make, and that's winning plays.
Do you find that guys get away from the sense of physicality when you are late in the clock, just because a young team afraid of making a mistake, afraid of a 50-50 block charge, afraid of hearing a whistle? Is that just normal?
That's normal. That's normal. But I think we've got to change that, Tim, with our team. We've got to get that aggression, that more. I use this word today, and my staff was like that scrappability. We don't have that scrappability yet, where those loose balls, those big rebounds, that big block out, late in the clock, late in the game, we become we don't have that heart like we need to have. And to me, you win games when you make those plays.
Do you guys have a go-to guy on this team? Do you feel like?
Well, there's 2 guys that I think, obviously Durant and Malcolm, are going to make plays for us. Whether they shoot the ball or create for others, I think those are guys that are playmakers for us.
When you break down film, is it, for fans, it's really easy just to look at the last minute of Carolina, the last minute of NC State. Are you isolating just that, or do you pretty much focus on 39 minutes leading up to that deciding minute?
I think I used that exact quote. I said that obviously it comes down to those, and we got to we got to make those plays. We got to make that shot. We got to make that big stop. But I want our guys focusing on those other 39 minutes when we give up a block out, when we don't dive for a loose ball, when we don't take a charge and we dodge it, or we don't get back in transition defense, or we give up a layup where we don't make a guy earn it by fouling if there's a breakdown. Those are things we've got to get better in. I think we'll see better results when we're more consistent in those areas for 39 minutes.
How do you feel Ryan's coming along? Talk about his progression in his freshman year.
I think Ryan is starting to get it. He's getting more and more comfortable out there, and I really believe he's close to having a bust-out game. I do, because he's our best perimeter defender. And when he gets in the game, he gets his hands on loose balls, he plays aggressive. He's one of the guys that's not afraid to scrap. He's not afraid to put his nose in there and go for a loose ball, take a charge. He's getting better at that, but he has that what you need, and I'm excited about Ryan's development.
Talk about Georgia Tech a little bit. I know they're 10-10, but they've always had some good wins at home.
What challenge you guys face?
I mean, they're talented, you know, Shumpert, I think, Manny is one of the best guards in our league. And because his physical presence, I mean, he's an NBA player. And I look at his size and his athletic ability, and he's playing at another level right now. Now Glenn Rice Jr. is playing a lot better. You know, their depth in the post is where they struggle at. But you talk about a team that I think scraps very hard. You know, that's an area where I said we got to get better. They're a scrapping team. They play very aggressive. What they did to Carolina at home was, I mean, they just took the ball from them, and it was so aggressive. And basically did to Virginia Tech the other day, late in that game. Virginia Tech was in control of that game, and then late in the ball game, their defensive pressure just picked up and was able to give them a win. So we understand we got to be ready to play. I mean, they're 10-10, but they've had some good wins because they got good talent, particularly on the perimeter.
What kind of relationship do you have with Paul on that? Have you ever sort of picked his brain? I mean, he seems like he's kind of perpetually where you guys are now, except for the year they played UConn. Seems like a young team every year,
Yeah.
always the weight of the world on his shoulders, and they get better as the year goes along. We were talking about.
I think in the league, I don't know if we talk to each other a lot about things like that, but Paul's a good friend. I like Paul, and you know, actually the other night, Roy had some nice comments to me about, you know, he felt like he went through the same thing last year, the close ball games and with a young team, and I think the biggest thing is, Tim, is just you know, we gotta stay the course, and we cannot waver on what we're doing with, you know, our guys. You know, I think they kind of get numb as the season goes on to it a little bit, but we got to make sure they understand you know, just the intensity they have to play to give us a chance to win.
If for Julian and Malcolm, just sort of the same question we're asking Coach. How do you guys sort of, you know, those 4 losses by 10 points, how do you maintain that focus through these tough times?
It's really hard, man, but it's like what Coach said, we just have to understand what the goal is, what the goal that we set as a team in the beginning of the year, and understand that it's a lot of basketball left. And, you know, these guys were 2-6 2 years ago, I believe, and they made a run. So we know it's not over until, you know, the fat lady sings, so we're just going to keep riding out.
Was it tough not to take, I mean, I don't want to say criticism, that's an overused term, but, you know, there's a lot of questions about this team right now. Is it tough not to take that personally when, like Coach said, it's not like you guys are getting hammered, you know, out there. This was last minute games.
It's really tough, man, because, you know, we know we're a good basketball team. We know we come in here every day and work hard and try to do everything that Coach asks of us. And, you know, just for this to keep happening to us, it's really tough. But, you know, me and Coach talked the other day, and he was telling me, you can't look at it like that. You know, why is this happening to us? Because, you know, just things happen in life, and it's a reason for everything. So we just have to stay clear, you know, what's ahead, and we're just going to keep fighting.
Julian, the same question for you. Put you on the spot.
I just think, kind of like what Malcolm was going off, I don't think our competitive nature on our team, just being around everybody, will allow us to do anything but fight. I mean, regardless of what our record is, we're going to go out there and fight every day. Like Malcolm said, we're going to do all the right things in practice and continue to try to get better, but just we have to focus on executing better. I mean, every possession in the game counts, and we have to work on eliminating some of those possessions that we break down.
Dude, is it getting tougher to, when you go into, say, Thursday, for example, not carry remnants of Vatek and NC State and Carolina into those games? Is it getting tougher to sort of wipe the slate clean going into every new game?
I mean, I think it does get tougher, but you just have to focus on, like Malcolm said, the road ahead. I mean, Georgia Tech is a totally different team. We can't control anything that's happened up to this point in the season. All we can worry about is the games we have left on our schedule, which is great opportunities to play some good teams. So I think, I mean, going Thursday with a good focus and play hard as we can, we can come out with a victory.
Julian, how are you feeling physically right now?
I mean, I feel pretty good physically. I mean, I feel like I'm getting better every game. I dropped about 10 pounds since the season started, so just trying to keep my conditioning up, and then every time I get in the game, just come with a lot of energy and do anything that the team needs.